What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece 487. Some crazy developments last episode with still a lot of questions that, and I don't even know. I had some discussions, which makes me think, like, where you guys is Blackbeard still I mean, I guess don't answer because maybe that could be spoilers because maybe he does end up being like one of the final end. But I was curious if Blackbeard's still a thing. Where the anime? What's the anime at now? Like 1050, 1100, somewhere around there, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,100 episodes. I don't know if he's still like a threat or a thing. And then even if the questions have been answered on how he's able to do what he's able to do. Because they could have easily showed us how he obtained the Devil's Fruit from Whitebeard, and they didn't even have to go anything. They could have just been him using his darkness fruit, like putting a hand on him and him extracting it, or him using his other. Like they could have shown us the process, but still, there still would have been question marks. Okay, how is he possessing two Devil's Fruits? You know, Marco makes the comment, you know, that his body's different, and raises all those questions. And then there's even more questions of the logistics behind how Devil's Fruit works, which I think I talked about, but I didn't have anybody really answer, so I don't really know if it needs to be answered or it will be answered. Of like, do Devil's Fruits go back into rotation after the user has died? Like, I'm curious kind of how the universe in this world works on that. Like, if we just use just basic Devil's Fruit, for example, like we just use Luffy's, right? Say he takes a bite out of his, but doesn't eat the whole fruit, just a bite. But now we know that fruit, yeah, everybody, there could be 100 other people that somehow get a bite off of that fruit. He was the first one to have it, so the rubber ability is going to be his. But let's say that fruit is still 90% intact. I don't know if they spoil or things like that or go rotten, whatever. Let's say Luffy dies 2 days later, just boom, right after eating his fruit, right? If I still have possession of his fruit and then I eat it, if the original user was fully dead, does the fruit now have its abilities again? Can another person now take that on? Or once a fruit has been consumed, like that ability will never exist in the universe again. There'll never be another rubber, Ace's fire, Enru's lightning, like the list goes on and on. Once that fruit has been consumed at any point in history, it can never be like regened out in the world again. I have absolutely no idea. You know, I don't know the specifics on that. I would like to think that maybe it regens out in the world once it's been consumed, because that would be pretty dope to see. But again, I don't know the specifics on it. I don't know kind of like how that works. If like the user's dead, you can then consume it. A lot of questions that deal with that, and then how he's able to do what he does. I'm sure he won't be the only person out there that has two or has the ability to get two. I'm still trying to understand his darkness fruit already. I know that it doesn't make him tangible. Like, it's a Logia, but it like has different properties. Like, he's not intangible like an Ace or an Okaji or a Kizaru. So he fully is eating damage, but in exchange he does get to nullify Devil's Fruits in general, not just Logias. But the question becomes, like, there has to be a limit on the... I know that, like, oh, he's tanky and he takes damage, but him taking damage doesn't do anything for his Devil's Fruit power, right? It's not like the more damage he takes or builds up, like, the stronger the darkness of it. Like, those two don't correlate at all, right? Him taking damage does not equal the power of, like, what the darkness then can do, right? I think they have no relations to each other, in my opinion. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'd also like to think that, like, you don't think he goes out of his way to eat up damage, right? Because I would think that there's a level to, like, everything's got a limit on it, right? Of like how much damage he could eat. Now, me personally, I know what's the author's name? Oda, is that how you pronounce it? He clearly is not in the business of killing people, but Blackbeard and others are on the list of having their fucking skulls quaked at point blank range. And then just brushing that shit off with like a slight nosebleed. Like, okay. Like, that is one of the more graphic imageries, I think, when he like point blank, when Whitebeard was point blank quaking someone's head at like contact range. And they just like, oh man, you know, they just shake it off. I've got a headache. It's pretty wild. But again, like that attack, I feel like if we're being serious, that should be enough damage to kill him. But, you know, kind of what can you do on that? So there's a lot of questions revolving around Blackbeard at the moment. That's pretty much like what the arc is like kind of jumped right into. It's like, okay, Whitebeard failed, he died, Ace died. This was a complete failure. And then just jumping to like the next plot point is like, oh shit, Blackbeard. So we'll kind of see what plays with that. Again, I don't know how they get out of here unless the Navy fully shifts focus onto Blackbeard and that gives them a chance to get out of here. Okay, that can make sense. Because I don't see how they get out of here if they're being pursued, to be honest. And Okuji froze the whole entire ships in Bay as well. So that's a whole other thing. I would like to think they mobilize and do something here. Like, Goku, you're not just going to let this man just quake and break this shit down. You got 3 admirals. You have you, Garp. Like, you guys have plenty of firepower here to, like, snuff this out. You know how they keep talking about, like, we got to put Luffy down now so we don't have to deal with it in the future? Do you 4 or 5 Haki Logia users and whatever he is, do you not possess the power to snuff his ass out right now? Or nah? So we'll see. And the entire world got broadcasted that Whitebeard's dead, but then they also see what Blackbeard's done. We saw a quick catch up with Rayleigh. A lot of shit's going on. Let's see what we got. And regardless of like the story of Blackbeard and like all this craziness and like what it is and what he's able to do, I don't like his character. And like I just truly just don't like the character. It's not like, oh, the way he acts or like, oh, he's evil, I don't like him, or like what he did to Ace to get it. I just don't like the character. I don't know why, but I just don't enjoy it. Who knows? I just don't like his character from a foundational standpoint. They took out Whitebeard and their shit's still falling apart. It's crazy. Yeah, this is actually going terrible. It's like, wow, such a massive win for the Marines and the Navies. You took out the strongest man in the world. You snuffed out Whitebeard. Probably he is the strongest man in the world. One of the 4 emperors of the pirates and all that shit. This is a massive win for us. Yes, we did it. The Marines, the Navies are supreme. And then this shit happens. And it's being broadcasted. They could spin whatever story they'd want if it wasn't being broadcasted. But this is pretty bad. Where is the leadership here? You guys are still here. Where are you guys at? Goku. Okuji. Fucking Kizaru. Tsukazaki. Garp. You guys had no problems like ganging up on Whitebeard. Where are you at? What's going on here? Ay, ay, ay. Who even knows what his characters can do? And the same thing with his crew. Has this always been his crew? And they just got captured and locked up at one point? Or did he just recruit them when he was breaking, because he... Oh, bitch. Okay, I was talking, where's... Good God. I was talking, where the fuck's he at? You better show me something, Goku. For real, for real. God damn. Not the almighty Buddha fist. And not the gong in the background. What is he? What is that shit? Holy shit. Golly. What he is a whole other discussion. But yeah, with Blackbeard's crew, was this always his crew? And they just got locked up at some point? Or when he was in there, he's like, oh, I know there's some strong people down here. If I release you, join my crew? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then... I hate how they off-screened our man Magellan, by the way. This injustice will not be forgotten. I don't even know if we ever see Magellan again, or he's ever mentioned. Unless it's in like a Luffy flashback and he's training and thinking about the time he got poisoned or some random shit like that. I'll never forgive them for not making him a Logia either. Bro, I'll take an all-out battle here between them and... Oh, God. Where are the other admirals and shit? Like, where are you guys? Are they all three pursuing Luffy? Like, let's let that go at the point. This is a major, major, bigger threat here at the moment. Good lord. They always had no problem, like, jumping us in the back and shit. Now that there's a, like, serious, serious problem going on, they're just nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Where are you guys? I don't have time for him, man. Oh god, there's still some admirals like trying to, I mean some vice admirals trying to pluck off the stragglers. Guys, there's a serious thing going on in there. Serious thing. Much more serious than these no-name pirates getting out of here. Oh, man. I mean, they truly think they're saving the world. Can't blame them, right, I guess? Kizaru? Okay. Is this where you need to be, though, at the moment? Is this truly where you need to be? Dealing with this fodder? Have you seen what's going on in there? Have any three of you seen what's going on in there right now? I guess not. Oh. Shit. You better death wink him to death. Okay. Does that just flow through him, though? You got some hockey on that. I hate that I have to ask that question. I have to ask everything. I'm like, oh, does that have hockey behind it? Because I don't know if it does. His is one of the more problematic Logias when he's kind of phasing. Oh, bitch. Because of the magma. Magma in itself is such an issue. Same with, like, maybe an Ace. Like, Okaji's ice and Kizaru's, like, light, when they're transitioning or just kind of phasing, it's not really that much of a threat to, like, those around you. His molten shit when he's, like, fully phased is a bit of an issue. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, okay. Is Ivankov gonna be the, is this the buggy comedic relief right now, or what? Can we not get a serious episode? Oh, shit. I wonder if Goku can take all of them, because I am curious of Goku's strength. I've been asking that for a while. Is Goku just kind of like leader by seniority slash, you know, what he's done in the past? Or like, is he just as strong as the Admirals or stronger than all three? I don't know. Kobe, you signed up for this too, by the way. Yeah. You signed up for this. This is, you wanted to, yeah. In the name of justice. In the name of justice, by the way. And we're seeing that. Like, there's good Marines, bad Marines. I don't know if what you say, like, are pirates ever considered good? Well, there's non-bad pirates. I was about to say, if he can just get to the water, strap Luffy on his head and just dolphin dive. If he can just, there's no water. There's no water. Think Okaji does some like wink wink shit and somehow lets us out of here? Or like doesn't pursue us, not so much let us? And see, that's another thing too, is like you make contact with him even if you have Haki, the magma's such a bitch to deal with. Like I punch Kizaru's light like it's whatever. I punch Smoker's smoke, that's fine. Oh god. But how do I deal with the magma and the ice and all the other types that could really fuck me up? Well, clearly we're going to do something about that hat. Someone's going to get it, or we're going to get it, or it's going to land on somebody. Yeah. I thought maybe they would mobilize all forces. Ooh, not the smooth saxophone. They'd mobilize all forces to go deal with Blackbeard. And that's how we would get out. We need help. We need external help of somebody that we have not seen. How many people is he gonna borderline kill? Luffy ate some of that too. How many people are we just gonna keep letting this man fuck up? I can't believe that he's still kind of got some juice to him after Whitebeard fucked him up, to be honest. I thought he'd be... I knew he wouldn't be dead, but I thought he'd be feeling a little bit more damage than that. Dang, we took that massive? It went through and through? And he wasn't even alive for that damage. He's gonna wake up and be like, have this lifelong scar. Who's gonna be the external help? Who's gonna show up? Or does Okaji do a little something here? Boa, perhaps? Or somebody completely that hasn't been involved at all? It put that much damage. It went. Oh god! It did go through him. Would this ever really be a fight? The two of them actually going at it like full, 100%. I'm assuming no, maybe. Because the way that Mihawk kind of shrugged him off. But then the other question is, like, where does Mihawk rank with the three admirals? And how that goes. Who knows? Who knows? Somebody, anybody. Anybody out there? I mean, it's been broadcasted over the world. Anybody could show up. Crocodile could swoop in. Boa. Zoro and the crew. Not that Zoro and the crew would be able to do shit. Okaji could be like, we've done enough. We need to go. Goku calls us and be like, you're going to defy an order? I don't know. What am I talking about? Him defying an order? All he does is his own shit. Or is it somebody completely off screen? Luffy's dad, perhaps? It's really hard to judge Jinbei's strength because we know he's strong. You know, definitely stronger than any of the Straw Hats or anything like that. But when you start getting to Warlord level, I think that's kind of where he taps. Especially Oh. That'd have been so dope if he wasn't a Logia. There he is. There he is. Crocodile's so great. Blow him to the ocean, honestly. Oh. This Crocodile doesn't die here. I love the purple tints to his hair, too, But I don't think Crocodile can do this. What makes me not think Crocodile can do this is because if you show me that Crocodile can actually throw here, it establishes to me that he has Haki. And then if he does, it makes zero sense that Luffy was even able to compete with him. I don't give a damn if Luffy knew how to, like, get past his... Oh, God. If Luffy knew how to get past his sand Logia, he still would never, even in his deepest dreams, get past the Haki. So... Does like Crocodile just get fucked here, or I don't know. You figure the sand's got to be a pretty good, good little counter to the fire and magma, though, right? He kind of just eats that, no? It doesn't burn through it, I wouldn't think. That's a good little insulator, no? Oh my god. And Crocodile made an interesting comment there. You know, you got to protect the ones you want to protect. Why is he so in his feels at the moment? Bro, Luffy's so fucked physically. I truly hope that when we kind of circle back to like Luffy and him conscious and mentally taking all this in, is this the swordsman? Or is this someone completely different? I truly hope we get a moment of like Luffy truly physically recovering, like really physically recovering, going through it, and they don't speed through it. Oh, this is Marco and everybody. Now, I don't think he can handle this. I don't think Sakazuki could handle this. I don't think he could handle Crocodile. I forget the name of the swordsman. And Marco, I don't think he could. Not in his physical state. I think Marco and Crocodile would give him enough problems. Can we clear this smoke? Is Diamond Boy there too? Oh, the whole fucking squad. Yeah, he can't handle it. He can't handle it. He can't handle it. He can't. He can't handle it. Akainu. I always forget his name. I'd be so curious of like where Marco ranks and all that. Because he was evenly trading blows with those admirals. Especially Kizaru. So where he ranked, it's so wild. So we got introduced to so many characters and so many different powers and abilities. That it makes you want to rank like, okay, how strong are these characters and who could beat who? So many characters. Marco, I was about to say, Marco, you got to meet that head on. Marco is like big here. But I feel like Crocodile Sand really helps here, no? I totally forgot about the Sengoku Blackbeard over there. Garp should be over there. At least. So, and we saw Kizaru kind of like plucking off the stragglers. What is it that Okaji's really doing? I feel like Okaji doesn't want to be doing any of like what more needs to be done, which is like they're going out and killing the stragglers. I don't know. I kind of put high hopes on Okaji, not for like backstabbing the Marines, but just really knowing like right from wrong and like these people don't have to die or we don't have to do this, and just chooses not to. But still would never side with them. Is that Law? What am I looking at here? Why do they want to help us? Yeah, that's Law, 100%. What do they want out of this? Like I said, we're going to need some external help here. I didn't know who it was going to be from. Zoro, because he's the only real one. Dragon. Boa. Crocodile. We're going to need some external help to get the fuck out of here, though. He's on a yellow submarine. That man's on a straight up yellow submarine. The Heart Pirates. I didn't know that's what their name was. Well, that's how we get out. I thought he was on a ship that was coded in the... Is he a doctor? Where the did that come from? I don't even know what was the best shot. Honestly, fucking... Whatever he... I still don't understand what it is that he is. It's kind of insane. I really don't know what he is. We gotta go back and look at another one of those shots. Oh, did I already skip? We might have already gotten past it. Man just came like dropping out of the sky. Like, how did he get up there? I don't know what. Good lord. And he didn't even fully hit them. They were saying it was a shockwave. Yeah, so again, what he does, how he does, what he even is. But clearly it's a Buddha, right? I don't know if he's under the category of like mythical Logia, not Logia, Zoan type or whatever. I forget the name that we give to Marco. But I understand like a phoenix and the lore of it and like the tangibility and what like phoenixes are said to be able to do. What the fuck is that supposed to do? I don't know. He gets massive. He's glowing. He's got some like palm shockwaves. It's very Netero vibes to me. So I have absolutely no idea with Logia users, because I feel like I see it a lot with Akainu. I don't know if that's how we pronounce it. I feel like he's creating so much like external lava, external magma, like he's on his Pokemon grind, you know? Do Logias have the ability to produce outside their means of like what their body tangibly is? Like your body's gonna have an X amount of like surface area, however big it is. And we see like that's how much light Kizaru turns into, or that's how much like fire Ace turns into. But do you then produce even more? Well, I guess so, because they'd be limited. That's true. Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to, Ace wouldn't be able to shoot out fire. And he wouldn't be able to throw these magma fists that are 10 times the size of his body. It's just, I feel like we see some Logia users have the ability to be like a Pokemon and spam like Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, like these massive area of effect attacks. And Okaji, like we've seen Okaji freeze surface area that isn't just water. But like with Kizaru specifically though, like I feel like his light is so contained with like the attacks that we've seen. We don't see these crazy area of effect, like Ice Beam, Fire Blast, level attacks. So there's a lot of questions again with the Logias and what they do. I don't know what the hell Goku is and what he does or doesn't do. And so Law is the outside force that shows up here. Something was going to need to show. He definitely would not have been on my list. I would have said his dad. I would have said Dragon, Shanks, Zoro or somebody. Boa fully dives off the deep end. Shit, I could see Okaji or Smoker even showing up and be like, we're not murderers, or get like just, you know, something like that. Law was not on the bingo card at all showing up. And he's a doctor, so naturally you would like to see screen time of him and Chopper together, right? It just seems like it would be easy to be that way. Yeah, so hopefully we pan back to that fight. We see, because I'm curious of kind of like where everybody is and why full attention wouldn't be put on Blackbeard at the moment. Kizaru's like killing, are they killing? The way they make it seem through Kobe's eyes is like they are out here like delivering justice, aka like killing. If you want to say that's true, then we've got Kizaru out here just like killing off stragglers. Akainu is fighting the Whitebeard pirates and Crocodile. Okaji's just kind of freezing shit, but doesn't really want to like fuck anybody up. So who are the major hitters that are left? All the warlords, like, where it's so wild because like they would show them a lot, and as the story really got condensed down to like, okay, is Ace gonna live? Is Whitebeard gonna make it? Like, they were not on screen at all, and then they show Doflamingo like at the end, you know, an episode or two ago. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they feel like this isn't like, I don't want to get in this. Who knows? So if you want to remove them all, you still have Garp and you still have Goku. Now, we know for story purposes, this guy that we just got shown that can produce 2 devil's fruits and all this shit, he doesn't get defeated here, he doesn't get killed here, he doesn't get captured here, etc. So are we saying they just steamroll over Goku and like get the fuck out of here? Do they kill Goku here? Do Garp and him step up? Because Garp's still over here. So do him and Garp tag team this up, but like somehow maybe he just quakes and causes so much damage that they just like disappear in the chaos? I'd like to see it end that way. I'd hate to see like Goku get shit on here and Garp get smacked around. I'd like to see it just kind of be like a stalemate of chaos and they just kind of like dip out. The Law's here though. Looks like we got our ride. Luffy's gonna wake up with this massive hole. Like, I'm really curious of like the Luffy going forward, physically trying to recover. Like, I would like to see him go through like a rehab arc here. Like, he's physically fucked up. He already pushed it to the point of getting the hormone injection once, then got it again, which Ivanka was like, I shouldn't do, I never do. All the damage that he took here in all these fights, and then got this magma almost scorched through his chest hole like his brother and like Whitebeard. So I would just like to see him, like, you know how we always see Luffy that he wakes up with some bandages and eats some food and is like ready to go, good as new. I would like to see him not be that the next time we see him like awake and, you know, mentally clear. I'd like to see him have some physical, like, no, he's not gonna be physically crippled or anything like that, but I'd like to see him not just every time he eats a piece of food like he's just sensu beamed out of his mind and he's like fresh to go back training or whatever. I'd like to see him really physically be beat up and have to like overcome some of this stuff. So we'll see. Again, a lot going on. Solid episode though. It's pretty good, so we'll take it. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,